everybody, and welcome along to VSL F1. This is round 8 of the championship, and we head to the Principality of Monte Carlo this evening for the Monaco Grand Prix. It should be very, very exciting. I'm gutted that it's not at night time. Don't know why. It should have been at night time, but the drivers decided to race in the day today, so understandable. My name is Jess Ball, and joining me in the commentary box is Mr. Evil Dragon. How you doing?
Well, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, and welcome to the Principality of Monte Carlo, first hosting a race back in 1926, and has been host to many a Grand Prix, apart from a bit of kerfuffle in the 1930s to mid-1940s. A bit of disagreement happened back then, but we have got all 12 drivers, because some of them have died, some of them aren't here, and the rest of them have been abducted by aliens. But Jess, the crucial thing here is it's Monaco.
Yes, Monaco, I would say, is a track where everybody wants to win. It is a hard circuit to get right, and for some of these drivers, it's about survival, it's about getting through it, but there's a lot of people that are definitely going to be pushing. Now, good news to those of you that are weather folks and are worried that it could be raining, it is a dry race, so phew, that is a relief for the drivers and a relief for us. So we're not going to be seeing people struggling in the wet conditions. But we have got people on their laps at the moment. We've got Charlie and Johan, they're away. I believe they're on holiday. So they are missing tonight. Not sure where Foxy is. And there's a new driver that was meant to be here, but he's not here. So those are the drivers that are missing from our 17 that were meant to be here today. But there we go. So Finley, he's going through the tunnel, my favourite part of the circuit, as he heads towards the chicane now. Nouvelle chicane, there we go. I was trying to think of the name. It's not swimming pool, that's coming after, and heads through to bat now as Timo sets the first time of the afternoon. Clips that curb nicely. Now he heads towards the swimming pool chicane. Purple sector 2, looking good for the AlphaTauri drivers. Someone's binned it in a wall. That was an Alfa Romeo. That was Shane.
That's not an Alfa Romeo.
No, that's an Aston Martin. Sorry, Aston Martin. Finley up to the line with a 111.05. But I don't know why I thought Aston Martin was Alfa Romeo, but there we go. Begins with A. Don't know why. But Finley passes lap time of the day. We got Knight is about to start his run. Flexy's going to... Matter as well is about to start his run too. So both Alpines, which we always tend to give bad luck for. Ewan, there's going to be 2 Ewans in the lobby soon, possibly next week. So good luck with that. Someone else has just joined. We've got Tony, there we go, a reserve driver. Okay, he's here. So we've got 13 drivers now. That's great as Ewan comes across the line in P5, Liam.
Yeah, indeed he has. Meanwhile, here's Matter down into Mirabeau, down into the Grand Hotel hairpin. Chucks it through there, down in second gear, gets a good exit through here, and it'll be down as you come up into Portier then. Very easy to snag a wall on the outside of this corner, I find now, but it's he's taking a bit more of a shallow line than what I normally do. You come through the tunnel complex, because it needs to be in the tunnel right here is where it used to be. Coming out of that corner, and now it's the whole tunnel down into the Nouvelle chicane. Don't hit the wall on the inside, hop over the inside curb and straighten her up on the exit. And then decide to back off your lap time anyway, because you're going to let the Mercedes through. So there goes the Mercedes. That is presumably a Flex who's on a lap time as he comes down into the swimming pool. Left then right, then take the flick right over to the left. Don't hit the ball on the outside line, which he gets very close to doing it. Down into the Rascas, then of course into the final corner. Anthony Notes, big twitch in the rear end, chuck it in, out for the cone on the inside line. And the shortest run up to the line. Careful you don't get beheaded or a car comes out the pit then, because you will die. And across the line there, it's...
Yes, that is a P5 for Flexi. Everyone's in the 111s right now. Someone else just came across the line. That was Pete. He's in the 115, so still more time to find from him at the moment. But 12 minutes still to go. People can get 4 laps if they want to, but it'll be pushing it too much. They have 4 sets of soft tyres, but all of them will be carried over to the race if you don't use them, so use them wisely. That's why Cam is starting at the back, because Cam has got a free choice now if you want, so he's like starting the back anyway as Jinx is on his outlap. Shane, who was the one that binned it earlier on, he's having Wi-Fi issues tonight, so bear with him as he gets adjusted. Let's hopefully he stays in the lobby this time as he gets through Rascas. Okay, and he goes into the pits as I said that. And it looks like we have a problem with Liam, unless Mike's probably died or something. So whilst we try and get Liam back in, most people are actually going into the pits now as well. Many sorts of things have happened in Monaco in the past, where we saw loads of great battles with a track position that I would say was quite key in Monaco, with Ayrton Senna winning the most out of this circuit, making him the king of Monaco. And there was an iconic lap he did in 1988. The oldest person to ever start a Formula 1 race was in the Monaco Grand Prix in 1955. That was Louis Chiron. He was a local. And he went on to finish 6th, 5 laps down. And, hopefully no one will be 5 laps down tonight, but at least they would finish at least as well. And I think I remember Nigel Mansell and Ayrton Senna having a battle on old tyres as well. So that was pretty fun. As Timo comes up to the line to start his run as well. Slenderman, who won the feature race in Silverstone last week, did a cracking job. Good start across the line as well. To get in there, both the Mercedes actually had a good start. We can go through the constructors now. We'll go through the drivers, I think, later on. But in the constructors, quite tight between Red Bull and Mercedes. 192 points leading for Red Bull to 162 for Mercedes. Haas in 3rd, Ferrari 4th, AlphaTauri's in 5th, Alpine is in 6th position. Then we have got Aston Martin 7th, McLaren 8th, Williams 9th, and Alfa Romeo in 10th at the moment, with Yarham not scoring many points. Obviously, he'll join us next week. Well, we do have a break week next week, but still, we've got Matches been on 3 laps on the softs. Softs could last a bit longer than some of the circuits, so not really that surprised, but let's hope he doesn't use those soft tyres in the race. We've got our pole sitter Jinx, who's going through into the tunnel now. You can see the boat in the background as well, but we'll see if anyone is going to cross the line. We will, might be, that's got to be the Williams actually of Tony going through Raskas. Anthony Nodes. I can't even pronounce the corner name, but I eventually got it. 110.3 for Tony, but he is invalidated, so he will have to go again. Liam, you back?
Yes, I don't know what happened there. The PC decided it wants to restart. I don't know if there was an update and it decided to tell me without telling me. But everything just switched off. But it didn't switch off. It was weird. I'll look at that later on if it does it again. But I'm back. Well, I say it turned off. I think it just rebooted itself. I don't know why it did that. But
naughty,
anyway,
naughty Liam's PC. There we go.
It's gone on strike. Slenderman's invalidated. He's coming into the pit lane. Flexy's currently on a in-lap, I believe. So Followy is actually attempting a bit up in Sector 1. Now, how much of that's true, figuring he's not full throttling it through any of the corners, I don't quite know. But he might be actually going quick. I don't know. It's very questionable around Monaco. Very easy to go wide, very easy to set lap times when you don't expect it. But I suspect, is he pushing? I think
he is pushing. He's on hot lap.
Yes, he is on hot lap. Down into the chicane, of course. The Nouvelle chicane, of course. Changed over the years. It used to be, well, it was always a chicane. Sometimes it's more terrifying than it used to be. Down through the swimming pool section, aka Virard Louis Chiron. And then, of course, on the exit, watch out the car on the inside. That is one of the Williams down into the Rascas. And then Anthony Nodes. Then the final corner on this circuit. On the inside of the corner, you can see the statue of Juan Manuel Fangio. And across the line here, he goes and goes up to P1 then, 1 minute 10.793. So 10 minutes a bit quicker than Jinx in second. 7 minutes to go in qualifying, Jess. Everyone's coming out for their last couple of runs.
We got Finley on a run, but he's probably going to abort and go into the pit lane as well. And this corner, you can lose quite a bit of traction there if you're not careful. And the swimming pool chicane is where we see quite a few people invalidating their run. So Finley's going to carry on. It's looking good. Oh, he's hit the wall. I was about to say, Liam, that he was looking good. And he hit the wall. But still, P3. I think that would have been pole if he didn't bin it in a wall. As Kieran up to the line. He's gone on provisional pole position with a 1:10.787. Quite close to Flexy's lap time. We got Pete in the Alpine, who's backing off, it looks like. Yes, he is backing off. We got Tima up to the line now in the Ferrari. as he's backed off his run. So he may be going on a push lap in a minute. Casper up to the line. He's backed off, so I'm guessing he's going to go again soon as well, because they do have a decent amount of time to play with due to the fact that it is quite a short lap. Matt is on his out lap, but on the same tyres. Interesting. I don't know why he's done that, but he's done that, so fair play. Someone had just gone to a spin. That was Casper. He's gone to a spin. Don't hit the wall. I think he just about got away with that. Liam, you here?
Yep, I am. I think. Am I here?
Yeah, you're here. Yeah. There was a bit of a long pause there.
Don't worry. I think my computer's doing something. I don't know what he's doing something.
It's doing weird things. Liam's PC just doesn't like Liam today. That's
I think it's fine. It's sorted itself out now, I think.
Okay.
So if I suddenly die again, which I said literally and then just died immediately, which is ironic for me. Apparently he's updating something in the background.
Oh,
so,
God.
It might decide he wants to turn itself off.
Timo, pole position with a 1:10.653. So, times are ramping up. Track evolution, of course. Have we got another person up to the line? I think the next one will be an Alpine, but they're backing off. Williams is backed off as well. So the next one could be Shane. No, Shane's on an out lap, so he's going to get at least traffic. We'll follow Slenderman on his lap then, through the swimming pool chicane. Last week's race winner, looking for a point to prove because he's only... Whoa! I said that, that's the second commentator's curse that I've given to someone this stream. I said he was on a good lap, and then he just damages his front wing. I'm sorry, guys. I seem to be cursing more than Liam tonight at the moment, and Liam hasn't cursed anybody, so it is not going well yet. That is a big yet from Mr. Evil Dragon there.
Yeah, it will happen. At some point it will happen. Meanwhile, who have we got on a lap time? We've got, I believe, Matters on a... not full push lap. He's going for a second lap then, so he's going to go out for one, then burn some tyres off, burn some rubber off, go for the second push lap, and then see what he can do. The Alpine, which hasn't had the best of luck, I will say, historically, with me in the recent weeks.
And me and you.
Me and you, yes, we've cursed them. I've managed to curse them without even being here in a different league in LOE. So,
but you got a podium in that car, though.
I did get a podium. I did also curse my teammate, who was also in the Alpine, but I did get a podium out of it.
Woo!
So I guess that just makes one of what Matty comes into the pit lane then, so he's bailed out of that one then. So whatever he's doing is an interesting strategy. We got Jenks. He is on an invalid lap time, coming into the pit lane soon enough, hoping to get one more lap out, and it's going to be interesting to see what they can do. Behind him, we've got Shane. He's also on a lap, but I think he's coming into the pit lane. Currently, he's got just over 3 and a bit minutes to go, so he can take a quick in and a quick out, and then go straight for it.
He is lagging a bit for me, but yeah, he's got Wi-Fi issue. Wi-Fi issues.
He's very twitchy. Laggy, and he comes into the pit lane, and well,
if I was him, I would reset his router. That sorted my problems with desync in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, but yeah, well, it depends really on different drivers. So we've got Casper on a out lap, my friendly neighbourhood ghost.
He's not a ghost.
He is to me. He said he doesn't mind me calling it anymore, so if he tells me off, then I'll remind him that he reminded me this time. So, through he comes then, getting ready for a nice lap then. Let's see, he's got a few minutes to go. Carefully doesn't, well, hit the wall, which he did so, and he dented it there on the inside.
That's your first curse. That's your first curse.
He's got away a bit, like, through he comes in out of the last corner, and we're going to ahead of all the traffic who's going to come out in the next few seconds. Up to the first corner we come then, down into Sandavot, 7th gear, down into 3rd, into the right, up the hill then, up to 4th, into 5th, up into 6th, up to 7th, then up into the top gear if you need it, stays in 7th, down into 5th gear, left-hander, chucking into the right, down to 4th, into 3rd if you need it, but doesn't so well, the rear end though, it says, oh, I'm not coming for that then, he's bailed out of it. And there, the end of Casper's lap time. He couldn't handle the pressure, and here comes the deluge of cars out the pit lane then with just a few minutes to go. Big boy Duran is on a lap, but 6 seconds down. Who else is on a lap time then? It would be Kibbo first.
And Tony, 110.3, but he's going again. So yeah, he's on a run now.
These guys going up for a next lap, then the last run they can do in this. Well, like I said, Tony comes out the pit. They got a lot of traffic load around him, so he's going to be careful. Then up into 5th gear, down back into 4th. Chuck it right, rear end sticks this time around, down into 3rd. Into the right hand, the 1st sector purple. Spot your braking zone, then down into station hairpin, down into 1st gear. Come out here into Portier, the double right-hander, up into 2nd, rear end again, though, snaking around. That's not perfect for him, but into 3rd. As long as he gets to the exit here and floors it down on the power, he should be fine, but he's backed out his lap time as well. Another one then, so Kieran, then up he comes and through turn 1, down into 2, down into Massenet, then into 3, of course, Casino Square, quickly following, then into the right, back down into 3rd gear, rear end sticks with him this time around, like so many others who failed before. 52 100s down in sector 1 as they come through Mirabeau, down into the Grand Hotel hairpin, and then up then through the gears, down into 1st, into the right of Portier 1, and then into Portier 2. What's the lap time looking then as he builds up the revs as he bowed out of it as well. Looks like he's going for it still. Through he comes then, exit the tunnel, spot the braking zone, then down left, right, left. There's the left, there's the right, kicking to the left, and don't lose the rear end, which he almost does so there. And then, of course, into to back corner. Very easy to smash the wall on the outside line. He's got away with that one then. As long as he doesn't hit the inside wall, the outside wall hit, it'll be all fine. Doesn't do so. Through into Raskas. And then down into Anfinode. Let's see what Kieran can go. It hasn't looked like the almighty lap time for Kieran. As long as he can get himself near the front, he'll be happy. A 10th down then, and his final run of qualifying will stay in 2nd position. Behind him, we've got... It might be one of the Williams then coming up to the line, and that will presumably be Bongeron then up across the line, 2 bit seconds down on his lap time, so whatever it is, it's not going to be representative of him. Stays then in 7th position, Finley through the last corner, big tank slapping through there as he comes into the right. And let's see, build the revs, full throttle then, keeps the inside line. Where can he go? The answer to that is going to be 6th position. Behind him, the Ferrari. There is Jinx. He's just up by a couple of 100ths of a second. Might improve, down 66 100ths. Behind him, then comes the Mercedes of Slenderman. Goes up then into that. Then comes the Alpha Tau, the Alpines then, who's snaking around, as I say, Alpine. He's not going to be improving his lap time. He does so slightly, to be fair. Knighton there improves. Matalo on pole position at the death then. What can Flexi do? Can he upset then the establishment? Needs to find 3-4 attempts. Finds a couple of attempts. They're up into 2nd position. Has anyone got an answer for that man on pole position? It's not going to be Casper. What about Kieran? 66 hundredths down on his lap time. Does improve up to 4th then at the death. But anyone else on a lap time?
Timo's 2 attempts up. Timo's almost 3 attempts up. This could be pole. Yes, it is. Wow. He gained 2 attempts in that final sector. That was, I have to say, a really good lap. He was almost in a minute 9. So, well done. So it's Timo from Mata, your front row.
Yeah, good lap time then for those guys at the front, and we got the rest coming up as well. So we're going to be seeing a lot of interesting stuff. We're going to be seeing an exciting race, and anything could happen here. Remember, in Formula 1, and it very much usually does. And I've just got noticed that it was a security update which installed, which obviously reset my PC without telling me.
That was why then. Let's hope I don't get that. But let's go for your results. I don't have to scroll through because there's only 13 drivers today. So we've got Timo from Mata, Flexi, Kieran, Jinx, Casper, Finley, Slenderman, Speed Knighton, Ewan, Shane, Tony and Cam. So with 13 drivers, we only need 1 retirement for people to score points. So plenty of reason to keep going here today. And do not give up and do not retire in the pit lane. Hint, hint. 39 laps away are drivers. The likely strategy is going to be medium hard, but there will be some people that could try softer hard if you are lucky as well. And there was quite a few other races that happened in Monaco that rings a bell. There was the curse of the race leaders in '96. No one wanted to win that race, to be honest. And we saw Damon Hill's engines blow up in the tunnel. And we saw Olivier Panis win in 1996 there. A race I remember very, very well as well. And Alan Prost and Ayrton Senna won quite a lot of races as well, like I was saying earlier as well. And interestingly as well, the Lowe's hairpin is the slowest corner on the F1 calendar taking at just 48 kilometers an hour. Now you do the maths and the calculation in your if you want miles per hour, but that's in kilometers an hour. And Michael Schumacher's led quite a lot of laps as well. I wonder who's going to lead the most laps here today. And Liam, I wonder if they saved a lot of front wings, the teams today, because I think they're going to need it.
Yeah, it's always possible that they are going to need front wings, of course. This circuit's undergone very little changes, to be fair, from its original layout. It used to be 3.145 kilometers. Now, of course, it's only 3.337, so a couple hundred meters, of course. That historically comes from, of course, added to back down into where, of course, Anthony the whole swimming pool section used to be fair, actually, where the pit lane is. You'd come up to the top of the pit lane and, of course, run down there into a hairpin and then back up, which is the main straight. So that changed all the way up until I think it was about 1973 when we got that to back into, of course, used to be Piscine, of course, the left-right-handed. A lot of people call it the swimming pool section, but of course it is Virage Louis Chiron then. That is the official corner name, but it's just a swimming pool complex, which is everyone knows, mainly because there's a giant swimming pool there. On this game it's empty, so please don't try swim in it. You might be mortally injured. But with what is going to be 38 laps, I believe, of action
39, Liam.
Close enough, I'll take it. 39 laps of action around Monte Carlo. We're going to be seeing ups, we're going to be seeing downs. We could be seeing some drama later on in this
Hayden's
race.
in!
Hayden's in.
And he's left.
And out. In, out. Will he shake it all about and do the hokey tokey? But I don't think so. I don't think he's going to be able to get in even if he wants to. He might be.
And Liam has just died. There's probably another update going on or something. So, interesting way to cut off there. We've got the driver's standings to go through, so we will do that now and wait until Liam gets back. So, Kieran, despite not winning a race this season, he is leading the championship with 95 points. Casper in second on 91. Mato is third on 87. Flexi is fourth on 85. Slenderman Biff on 77, Cam in 6th on 66, Charlie Harris 7th on 59, Timo is 8th on 50, and we got Jinx in 10th on 40, Shane 11th on 36, Finley 12th on 30, Tony is 13th with 30 as well, and we got J-Luke on 29, TL 44 on 18, Foxy Red on 18, Hayden on 12, Ewan on 9, Speed Knighton on 7, Yarham on 6 points and AFC on 2 points. So there we go. And just as I said that, the countdown has come up. See, you know, that is just good timing from good old me. Yes, don't forget to follow us on our social media. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at VSL_F1 for both of those. And you can also subscribe to us on YouTube and hitting that bell if you are new. And also check our Patreon as well, which I think link in the description, and you can gain a lot of benefits from it. So, formation lap then is on. I always need to try and remember which leagues have formation laps on and which leagues have formation laps off. 2 out of the 3 leagues I commentate on have formation laps on. But anyway, we'll go through the tide in just a moment. So, we've got Timo and Matter on hards, Flexi on mediums, Kieran on hards, Jinx on hards, Casper and Finley on mediums, Slenderman and Pete on hards, Ewan on medium, Shane on hards, Tony on hards, Cam on hards. So there we go. To be fair, I thought more people would want to go. Oh, someone's been doing a formation lap. That was Shane. You do not want to be doing that in a formation lap, my friend. Now, predicted pit stop strategy, lap 17 to 23 for some people. But according to my list of people, let me have a look. Lap 17, yeah, the game was right. Liam, did your PC die again?
I don't know what happened there. I think Discord crashed. I don't know what's going on. I'll have a check in it if I disconnect again. Then I might just leave for a little bit and see if I can figure out what's happened to it. Something's not liking it. I feel I know what it's not liking it because a certain game is kind of broken a lot of people's things. I might have installed it temporarily and see what's going on. But something's happened. I don't know what. But
Oh,
first car on the
Shane's
grid.
lagging so bad. Oh my god.
Shane is lagging. Everything's fine. But Jess, final corner we come. Then we'll get ready to go for the Monaco Grand Prix. How long will I survive the Monaco Grand Prix is a different question. A lot of them been disqualified from the grid. A lot of them kind of glitching around. But here we go then. Last car on the grid. Up front, Mata and of course Timo, who's still kind of in the Netherlands for me. But 5 red lights ahead, then 1, 2, the third, the fourth, and the fifth goes off. Look, but never stare, because here in Monte Carlo, lights out and away we go. That's a very good start then for a team up the inside there. Coming, it's Flexi into turn number 1 then as the outside lines, everyone going to get through into the first couple of corners. All correctly, it looks like they have done then. Apart from, I think, 1 or 2 cars slightly swapping around at the back. There's an item dropping down a few positions, but everyone keeping their nose absolutely clean as they come through into Casino Square for the first time. Down into Mirabeau, and looks like everyone has got themselves through the first couple of corners absolutely fine. Matter in Ford, up into 4th from Casper, Kieran alongside in 5th up the inside there, one of the Williams there, going up the inside of Slenderman. Everyone though just critically getting through the first couple of corners, pretty much with their noses clean.
You said that now, but you never know what could happen in Formula 1 as they all head towards the tunnel now as well. It's crucial they get through these first few laps unscathed as they head towards the Nouvelle chicane, as I got that right, as we got change for the lead, they're going side by side through to back, has Flexi got past Timo? Yes he has. Flexi is your race leader at the moment. I have to say that was very, very brave, but sometimes you got to take risks in this sport, and Flexi took that risk. Well done to the Mercedes. He is leading the Monaco Grand Prix on lap number 2, as Mata is going to try and chase him down as well, and I don't like taking risks like that about Monaco, because usually I die, but you have to be confident, and Flexi was confident. And meanwhile, let's see who else is getting into a little bit of a scrap right now. I think Casper's caught up to the back of Mata. We've got Tony, who's getting past Shane at the moment, laggy Shane at the moment, but I think Shane is doing alright, but hopefully he should be alright. Hopefully no desync for him, because I suffered desync last week when I was suffering a bit of lagging issues. Right now is getting quite bright for the drivers at the moment, but it's crucial they keep their tyres intact as well, because their tyres don't last as long on this game around this track. You can make it last for ages in the previous few F1 games in F1 2021 and F1 2020. But not in F1 22. We've got Finley that could make a risk there, heading towards the Raskas, and we will see. I think the main overtaking opportunity is heading towards turn number 1, and if you're Flexi, near to bat through Nouveau. So if one of those 2 places should be fine, and through Sandervot they go, as Finley did not get the move there as they head towards Casino Square soon. Kieran's dropped out that DRS train between himself and his teammate, so he's got to catch up soon. There is one DRS zone on this circuit, which is towards the start-finish straight, and I can confirm that it is Liam's PC that's updating again. His PC is not liking him today, and we do, on behalf of Liam, we do apologise, but he got me for the time being whilst Liam updates his PC and figures out the cause of the problem. I hate it when your PC just tells you, oh, the race leader's out the race and he's binned it in and to the Nouvelle chicane. Are we going to get a safety car? So we see Flexi's car stranded. The one who made the brave move into to bat earlier. He is unfortunately out. No safety car. And quite a few issues. Matt's now your race leader now. Timo's had a bit of an off. So it's like the 1996 Monaco Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. No one wants to lead this race. If you're leading this race, it tends to curse you. You want to be leading on the final corner on the last lap, rather than now, to be honest. But we'll see. Nobody can't make any mistakes, otherwise people are going to be in a lot of trouble. But it is Matter that leads from Casper, from Timo, from Kieran, from Jinx. Oh, the Red Bull was looking very close on Timo. We got Kieran, who is stuck in a Ferrari sandwich at the moment. No, Kieran's stuck in a Red Bull sandwich actually at the moment. As Mumbai kindly shut the door there, that really helped me a lot actually. As we got our first time penalty. Now, I don't know how you get time penalties in Monaco, but that's definitely one of the corners where you can get a time penalty. So Kieran is going to hope there's no safety cars, which will bunch the pack up quite a lot. Another yellow flag. Pete's now out. Now he's binned it just before the swimming pool chicane. So, no safety car. So we've had 2 massive accidents and no safety cars. So it's, I think it strongly suggests that it's a bit bugged on this game. As Shane has now gone into the wall. And I was surprised that he didn't beach his car. Which is good. So, but he's got no front wings. So, he's going to have to go into the pits. So we're down to 11 drivers. Good news, if you're still in this race, you're going to score points. Now, Foxy's just asking chat what happened to Flexi. He binned it just after the Nouvelle chicane and hit the wall. Very easy to do, though, because it is so... You can take it at high speed quite a lot. So, understandable, but... Another yellow flag, as I said that. That is Shane again. Shane is... having an afternoon of nightmares in the Aston Martin, unfortunately. Which is, easier said than done. So, Finley then. He is now on the attack of the Ferrari. He dropped a bit of time in that final sector, though. He gained a bit of time heading through to back, but that final sector is where he lost it. Now, through Sandoval, he's gained again, so... I wonder if the straight line speed is really holding him back here today. As yellow flag sector 2 and 3, and that is Shane now out of this race, who's binned it there through sector 3 then. So yellow flag. So it is in, yeah, it was definitely swimming pool chicane where we binned it.
I love technology.
So there we go, Liam's back again. Now hopefully this is the last time we will see you have troubles, Liam.
I hope so. I don't know why it's decided to do that. Well, he switched it off, then decided he wants to do an update. So if it crashes again, I'm just going to destroy it. That's the simple logic of what's happened here. But it was fine a minute ago, so I don't know why it's decided to do. But anyway, we've got 1 car out, Shane. We've got Nathan out, Flexy's out. So down to 10 runners already in this race. They're dropping like flies, Jess. I mean, I've died twice. These guys have died 3 times. We're almost 1 apiece. Oh, Matt leads this race, so... Can Alpine get a race victory? Well, he's got a long way to go, some 32 and a bit laps.
Well, so, one Alpine's died, so...
One Alpine's gone, the other one just had a tank slapper immediately as I said that. So, I guess warning shots. But if anyone can win Monaco, the one who's leading this race has got the best shot of it. Mata so far, he's leading the Monaco Grand Prix from Casper in 2nd. Then, of course, comes Timo Mech, not actually spawned on my screen, and 3rd. From J-Luke in 4th, Jinx in 5th, Finley from Slender, Big Boy Tony, and then
J-Luke? You mean Kieran?
Yeah. Yes. Wait, where did that come from? J-Luke? Well, I don't know, I've commentated too many races in the recent weeks. But, up front, the Alpine from the Red Bull, then that Ferrari, then the other Red Bull. So, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be making manoeuvres and where along, where it's got a one-stop strategy is going to be... Well, the only strategy at this point for drivers, unless, of course, you start getting penalties, of course.
All damage.
Oh, Casper's has hit the wall just like they've got another one in the wall as well. Big Boy Gerard has also had a mistake. That's probably clouting the inside of the wall. Rear tyre contact, and he gets himself back going. Everyone, though, has got themselves scot-free, but that means Mata has another bit of time. And, yeah, Duran's also struggling, and he might have some floor damage or some damage we can't see, but, definitely struggling. Yeah, that's the wall, and definitely looks like he's overheated those tyres.
Oh, yeah, he's overheated those tyres.
More damage than we understand.
He's running my number as well. Why are you letting me down, choking?
Into the pit lane they come, and that might be, hopefully,
don't give up. You get good points. He'll get good points if he still goes. So if you are watching, just keep going, because you never know what could happen. He's still going. But to be fair, Liam, it's not that long before they would have had to pit it anyway for hards. So that could have been worse. If it happened a few laps ago, he would have been in a lot more trouble. But it's happened now, so he should be fine. So we got Ferrari's chasing down the Red Bull, who I think is going to get the Red Bull because I think Casper hitting the wall so many times. Timo's gained a bit more traction on the Red Bull heading through Raskas. Is he going to...
He's putting them round slightly, and I think Casper was coming in the pit lane anyway. So
Timo made contact with Casper, it looked like.
Yeah, Timo into the back of Casper. I don't think either of them realised one was coming in a lot then. He suddenly just lifted on the exit probably to come in. But couldn't do it in time because unfortunately he was there. Luckily, I don't think that's done any damage to them, so they'll get away with it. Kira now back into this fight as well. These guys, of course, all on the hard tyres. Top 1, 2, 3, 4 positions. Finley on the mediums. And then it's hards for the next couple downwards then. So a lot of them now on the hards, apart from 1 and 2 on the medium tyres. Out comes Casper. I don't think he took any nose either, so it was a very short stop. As you can see,
so he got away with that.
Finley. Yeah, he would have got away with that one. He might have just raised the ball once or twice, but he's going to have a lot of clean air right now until he gets to the back, of course, of Cam. So let's see what he can do. And up front, though, man, at 2.1 seconds, these guys battling has kind of helped him a little bit.
Yep, it has. I think that Casper could still catch up. You never know what could happen. There could be more people going into the wars, which hopefully does not happen at the moment. We'll see how Tier 2's going. Tier 2 has got 13 runners at the moment, so they're doing a lot better than us. But it is hard to survive around Monaco. There's more times well, to be fair, surviving for me is not getting front wing damage, and I've got front wing damage quite a few times. So, yeah, it is hard not to get front wing damage around here. And if anyone does not get front wing damage, then they are heroes, and they're doing a great job. Finley, the only one on medium compounded tyres at the moment. Everyone else on the hards. Obviously, Casper and Ewan put it onto them, so those two were on the medium tyres. So, Finley doing a stellar job. The pit lane loss around here is... I forgot to note it down. I thought I had it noted down somewhere, but I didn't. Let me check the database I have got. It is around 17.5 seconds. You lose in the pit lane is Finley. Careful. You don't want to get a penalty. He backed off. Okay, he got away with not getting a penalty because he backed off. That could have ended in disaster, and he's hit the wall. So there we go.
Well, I guess when it does end in disaster, it certainly ends in more than that. I don't know if he's picked up much damage from that. Don't think so. So
no.
Again, another one of those drivers that have just grazed the wall. Wouldn't be surprised if Finley dive in the next couple of laps, because on those medium tyres, they can strat around lap 16, 17, as here's Kieran trying to potentially get a move on Jinx. Well, Brave's going to dive up the inside into the first corner around here. You really need to be almost alongside him around this circuit. It's not like it used to be, of course, if you're driving in the 80s or 90s, where you could have more of a chance, of course, in these modern day, very large, very wide cars. It is very, very difficult to pass. It's almost, of course, two abreast at pretty much any point of the circuit is going to be difficult. You can get down the inside of some. The hairpin ridge is coming through right now, of course, down into the swimming pool chicane. This could be another opportunity if you're brave enough, of course, down into Rascat, one of which many driver likes to do, the old Rascat type, but of course, it is the chicane coming up right here, the Nouvelle chicane, of course, which is normally the place you try and make an overtake if you can, but it's, again, going to be difficult to see it. Kieran not getting the best exits right there. He was a couple of attempts down. Now he's a second and a bit down, so lost a lot of time right now. It looks like all my programs, Jess, have finally decided they want to respond to me properly.
Hey, that's good news. Oh, it's Finley. Yes, he was very close to the other Red Bull of Kieran there as well. We don't want the Red Bulls to get hit today. Thank you very much. As Finley's doing not too bad on the ERS compared to Kieran, so he can launch on the attack. So we got Jinx versus Kieran versus Finley. Finley's got to make the move ASAP because A's going to pit in and B's on the fresher tyres. But I think he is next to dead right now if Kieran starts to increase the gap. He is increasing the gap, so yeah, it could be the crossover point coming up soon. So these drivers got to be careful. Tony's got to the back of Slenderman as well to see if he can catch up and get past. He could get past through to the this twisty section as well. I can't remember how you call this corner. But you head towards the tunnel anyway. Tony could go for a last minute lunch. Portier now heading towards the New Bell chicane coming up soon then. Tony's going to go for it. He's going to go for it. No, he's not going to go for it. He backs off. Right thing to do there. As he...
I tell you what, Jess. I tell you what, Matt is coming under a bit of pressure here right now, isn't he? That gap swung quite substantially in the last couple of laps. It was a second and a bit. Now down to 6/10 then. So is he struggling? Well, the answer to that is no, because immediately I say struggling. The Ferrari goes and drops the rear end axle around and almost drops it into the wall, but he got away with that one then. But definitely looks like the top two potentially pushing their cars extremely hard. Jinx pulled away now a little bit from Kieran, who's got that 6/7 gap around here to Finley. Then we got Slenderman, lap 13 of 39 in this race.
Jesus Christ.
Timo, again, since I said he was pushing onward, trying to close the leader, he's just made a couple of mistakes now. That's the second one he's made in as many corners, so be careful. Needs to kind of regain your balance. You lose almost all of his ERS. He's down to 14-15%. Matt has been saving it, as all Matt really needs to do right now is just don't use any of it, and then just use it when you need it right now, because the car behind's not going to have much chance of passing him. To be fair, if he's not too careful, as long as he doesn't bump it into a wall again, which he's hit already a few times this lap, as Finley gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting the Nouvelle chicane too much, and the game has had enough of that one. But our man has got a bit of a gap up front, as again with Timo getting awfully close to that wall, Jess.
He is. I think it may be down to his setup. His rear wing may be a bit too loose. So maybe if he increases his rear wing a little bit, maybe it would be a bit more stable, but you will lose a bit of performance. So you've got to strike the balance as Finley goes into the pit lane on a set of the hard tyres then. And he's got a damaged front wing. So King grazing the wall, he probably grazed it a bit far too many times in that AlphaTauri. So he's going to come in and he's going to hopefully go to the end of this race. He's got a bit of clear air as well, because there is about 7 drivers still yet to make their pit stop, as well as Matters really increasing the gap, isn't he, Liam?
Yeah, he's got that gap back up now to 1.2, 1.3 seconds. It was about this before when it came down. As meanwhile, Cam getting out of the way and presuming there, well, it's not surprising he's got out of the way there of Casper. Press versus hard tyres, and doesn't want to get himself caught up or block the car. Casper right now in that clean air is starting to push away a little bit, and a bit of weaving there and a bit of sportsmanship from Casper. Doesn't want to be careful, he doesn't drop it from doing that, because it's easy to do, and I've done it a few times up front. Nope, 7/10 again, it's dropped back down, Jess. So it's fluctuating these top guys as Cam picks up a time penalty for good measure. But this gap up front, coming up, coming down, it's fluctuating. You got to think, when's there an opportunity for an undercut? We're thinking lap 22 for a set of medium compounds, and of course you want to be careful when you want to come in, because you want to be mindful of that undercut strategy.
Oh, Finley's an AlphaTauri has been hit. I wasn't sure which AlphaTauri it was.
I think it was Cam slightly losing the rear end. He's kept it going though, Jess, but it was just a brief yellow flag, so probably hit the inside wall, but no damage looks like it's been done to that car. Of course, Cam, who said he was very tired and very sleepy, but he's going to carry on to see what he can get out of this race.
And there's a lot of people playing a certain game in the last few days.
Yes, a certain game which on PC has completely tried to murder my PC, really, it sounds like.
In PC it's just not working. On console it's fine. On PC it's...
Something to do with a secure boot. EA. I don't know how that happened.
Cheat.
And anti-cheat, which apparently
Cam!
is broken. Cam, I think, getting out of the way again of another car.
No, we had a slide.
Sliding around then, so he's struggling. But yeah, that game questionably broken on the PC. Luckily, hopefully, soon enough later on, I might get it on the PlayStation. So I don't have to bother. Well, I can have it on the PC when I want to. So yeah, happy days.
Happy days for Mr. Evil Dragon. He can finally play that game. Oh, as Ewan has lost it as well. It tends to...
A lot of drivers, isn't it?
A lot of drivers losing the back end, so it is definitely setup related, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely setup related, of course. We don't know what the damage of some of these drivers comes in then, and presumably for a set of medium combat.
He has no other choice.
Fun. Set us off, so I think. Was that he's just going to have some fun?
He's going to have some fun. Why not? You're going to get points and try and get fastest lap, potentially, as well.
Lap. He should be able to do it. Meanwhile, Tony right back a slender man here as he comes out the chicane. They're almost running into the rear end then, so Tony pushing on then. Has he got an opportunity potentially? He's too far back to take the old dive up the inside into this corner, but to get close enough to the rear end as he just has to check up on the exit brake a bit more then. And Slender Man says, thank you very much. I'll carry on going my merry way up front again. Oh, Matters made a mistake, hit the outside line, and finally Matters, valiant effort, has come to none then. He's made a mistake. He's hit the wall. He has hit the wall. How much damage has he done to the car? It looks like no major damage, but a mistake then from your race leader, and now Timo leads the Monaco Grand Prix, lap 17 of 39, and drama, the Alpine's finally blown it. It was coming long before. We theorised it was a matter of if, but when the Alpine had a mistake, because I'm here, and it turns out lap 17, as long as Lee finishes this race, so that's the key thing. Has he got an opportunity, though, down into the chicane? He's very close up behind. He's got a lot of ERS. He's got a lot to push then. If he wants to right now, he can burn as much ERS as he can and try and come through, but he doesn't want to. But he can see that blinking light ahead of him. He knows right now the car ahead's got under 10%. He's wounded. But now you've got to wonder. We are halfway through this race, Jess, with half of it still to come. Who's going to be pitting first? Would you reckon Matter might try the undercut strategy? The medium size can last about 17 laps.
Yeah, it could be, but you would have to... I think you would have to go lap 19 or lap 20 just to be safe. But we'll see. Luckily, he grazed the wall and hasn't got any damage from it. So Matter is one very lucky puppy right now in that Alpine. And he's still got a decent gap to Jinx as well. So there we go. And he's got no penalties either, so that's even better. But saying that, he may get one. So I won't jinx one too much. But Jinx, Kieran and Slenderman's got penalties. So has Finley, Ewan and Cam. And we'll see if Cam gets fastest lap soon as well. He's got fastest lap at the moment. That belongs to Finley. But I'm almost certain... oh, no, Cam's not going to beat that this lap.
He might still. I mean, slightly lost to the rear end, but...
he's hit the wall. Never mind.
You know, as long as he managed to keep it going in a straight line,
he's not...
Yeah. Even close, he will do with those mistakes then. So, I mean, that's just the power of the soft tyres. So, he can push onwards. There is the point, as long as he finishes this race. Up front, though, top guy staying within line. We're on lap 18. Now we've got 20 laps-ish to go in this race. So, we are coming to a point where you can start wondering, potentially, of what tyres want to go on for an undercut strategy. Because you're going to come out in clean air, really, if you're anyone here. Well, the gap down to... Casper, what's 22 seconds, so you'll come out, well, it's going to be more than 22 seconds, he's dropped it! Well, never mind, it is going to be more than 22 seconds now, the Red Bull going in a spin right when he didn't need to do it because he had an opportunity to be coming out around about 4th position. It's not going to be 4th now, he's dropped it, 360 degrees, got it back going again, and well, what you can say about Casper there, he was in a position for potential happiness. He's no longer in position for any happiness in this race, although he is still in 8th position, so he's still potentially got options later on, but that's a big mistake for him.
A big slapper for Casper. He's in a lot of trouble now. He could have won this race, but I don't think so now. No, because the gap between himself and Finley is about 5 seconds.
Well, yeah. 33 to the leader as well, Jess. It's a big ask. He's going to look for a safety car.
It's a very big ask. Don't forget Finley's binned it quite a few times as well. So it's going to be tight. No safety cars as of yet. No virtual safety cars on lap 20 of 39 as Timo still leads this race. Comfortable gap between the top two. But I'm looking at Matter's fuel gauge and it's not looking good. It's on red.
Yes, around Monaco, which... it's pretty easy to see.
Yeah, it's so easy. It's so easy to run out of fuel around Monaco because I've done it. I have done it. once. I was a lap down, but I still ran out of fuel because I don't know why. But that was with that was when the glitch where it was too much revving on auto gears. But they fixed that now. You still have to put more fuel in because otherwise you would run out quite terribly.
These two, Jess, Tony and Slenderman getting together again. These guys have been squabbling around for fifth
Tony's
and
running
sixth
out of fuel as well.
Yeah, Tony's running low as well. Let's see, has he got an opportunity down? He exit the tunnel then. Let's see, has he got an opportunity? This is the closest he's been. Oh, race, is he going to think of a little dive up the inside? No, thinks better of it again, but Slenderman a mistake over the chicane there. They do run into each other. No fault of anyone there, just one of those little tripping up things. Then up front, again, Matter now suddenly closing back up to the race leader. He's got a lot of VRS. He just needs to be mindful when he uses it. When he pits, he should burn a lot of it and try and retake that lead there. I thought for a second someone skated straight on in the wall. Tony, he's gone for the undercut strategy then for a set of medium tyres, presumably.
Yep, so he's going to go to the end, I think. So he's the first person to go on to those mediums from the ones who started on the hard compounded tyres. So we'll keep an eye on him, see what he could do, as Kieran has got past Jinx then. So Kieran, 3 minute about, is in to P3. Podium positions right now on track, but we'll see how Tony can catch up on those medium tyres then.
Tony's behind Casper.
Yeah, he's behind Casper, so he didn't want to get instant traffic, but look at that, he's in traffic.
Yeah, it's not the one thing he wants to. Casper, though, he's been pretty quick since his mistake. He's setting within 2-3 attempts. So his lap time is off, goes Big Bodger on. Into the wall as well. There's another one then. Has he flicked the car around? Yes, he has.
Good job.
Has he got any damage? I don't think so. He definitely hit the rear tyre and he definitely hit the front axle, but I think the car relatively in good order. Are we going to see any of these guys dive into the pit lane then, these top guys? You'd surely imagine someone like Slenderman might consider it. As he comes through, then wants to be mindful he doesn't come out in traffic, but he's staying out for now. Potentially just gambling on, he's looking behind. He probably knows right now that maybe Casper and Tony are together and goes, I'm not going to be a part of this one. I'm going to let these guys squabble. Here we go then. Is Tony going to think about a dive up the inside into the last corner? Up he comes then, alongside into the last right, but he's going to have to back out because that will not work. 2x2. Through them, might get some DRS, but again, straight's not long enough. You need a lot more speed through there to get an opportunity. And he's just going to have to sit behind him. This is going to frustrate him. This is Monte Carlo. And this is what makes it so historic and so important for the overcut strategy. Is wonderful
yellow
around here. Another car.
And
that is Big Bodger on. Again, making a mistake. It's here now as Casper relinquishes the position. He's relinquished it, then doesn't want to fight it too heavily. So he's let Tony through, but now Slenderman's going to have to come in and react to this one. He's got a 18-second gap, so if he comes in now, he will come out ahead. Can fast slap off this race now on the medium side, which is pretty ironically useful normally for the medium sides. Are quicker than the softs on this game, but Slenderman will be coming in soon up front. The lead down to 0.3 of a second. Slenderman stays out. Thought he might have came in the pit lane, then try the undercut strategy, unless he's going for a set of soft tyres right at the end, which is always possible.
Cameron Ewan on a battle. Cameron Ewan on a battle through the tunnel coming up soon, and this is a battle for the wooden spoon, it looks like, doesn't it, Liam?
Yeah, it might certainly be the wooden spoon, but at any point counts as long as they finish this race. That's what matters, is that I don't want to get any opportunity down here, but if you keep making mistakes like that, there's always one out into the back, but too far away. Further down, these guys are going to get lapped in a minute if they're not too careful. There's lead 2 coming up then on this one. Matt up second position, following Timo, the race leader in this race. The Ferrari in resplendent glory then here at Monaco is there again. Big Bodger on off the road.
Again, no, he's reset to track.
So
did he reset to track?
No, he didn't. He just did a flick spin then.
And he's lapped.
So close to Matter. Matter's coming in then. Matter's bailed out. He's come into the pit lane. And this surely for a set of medium compound tyres for that car. Unless he's going for a set of soft. Is that a set of soft? New nose as well then for the car. That's a set of mediums as well. New nose.
Is that when he binned it and Anthony Nodes?
It might be. This is going to drop him. Where's this going to drop him out? It's going to drop behind Jinx. This is going to be pretty close out the pit lane potentially between some other cars. Remember, they'll be going very slowly. Look out for Finley here as he comes down the exit of the pit lane. Then Finley's going to get the pair of them. What about the cars behind as well? The car of Tony is going to come out of this one. He's going to be very close. He'll have the ERS up the hill if he wants it.
And the warmer tyres.
And the warmer tyres as well, but he's not close enough. But Finley then has jumped the pair of them. So from happiness to despair all of a sudden, it might become worse. And here is the inside of the Williams. They're diving down the inside. That's brave. That's audacious. It's going to work. Yes, it is. But is Matty going to lunge one back on the inside of frustration? He has. And they've targeted the Williams. And he's going to have to let that one go, I'm afraid. He's going to have to take that one on the chin because that was audacious. Almost like Shetty Irvine. Back in the day, didn't work for him, hasn't worked for the Williams. He's frustrated. The Alpine is, he knows he's blown his chances for a victory at Monte Carlo, and he knows it. He absolutely knows it. As in comes the race leader. In comes Timo. He's going to come out. Where's he going to come out in all this?
He's going to come way out in front, I think.
He'll come out, yeah, he should come out ahead of Finley by a little bit. We got that Cam behind then, so...
Oh, it may be closer.
He should come out around about 4 or 5
Cam's
seconds.
a lap down. Okay. There we go. I got a bit confused. I was like, wait, is that Finley? No, it's not. 4.5 seconds, Liam. What's the gap? Yeah. So, Timo having that clean air has helped him, hasn't it? He's the only driver that's, I think everyone's been in the wars today, to be fair. I don't think anyone got away with not being in the wars.
Meanwhile, Jinx behind Finley. These two closing up. Now, what's Jinx going to be doing about this one? Medium versus hard.
He
very
touch
close.
again.
A little bit of a touch of the rear end to say, I'm here, sunshine. Just letting you know I'm all ready to fire. And I reckon this probably be an easy manoeuvre. He's going up the inside into the tunnel. That's brave. Up the inside of the tunnel. The AlphaTauri there. You've got to try and lunge it down the inside. It's going to be contact. And the is contact with the trail of them. And that was always going to happen. Resets the track. He's going to let him through. Pretty respectfully there. He probably thought he had an inside line, an inside opportunity. That was never going to work. Mata gets back up position then, so back up to 4th. That podium chance still on then. Potentially for P2, because remember the leader's still yet to stop. That is Kibbo then. Still yet to come in the race in there. Good old Kibbo up front then. So Mata up in 4th now. Might still have a chance of that podium because Jinx there, contact with Finley. Finley straight into the pit lane, I reckon, for a set of softs at this point. You got no other choice. You can't go on a set of mediums again because they won't work. And you know it's a set of softs. Go Persia, that's him all the way down into 8th. So AlphaTauri, a torrid time then.
8th and 9th for the AlphaTauri pairing. And with Cam a lap down, so not good as Kieran heads towards the Nouvelle chicane. Surely he's going to... I think set of softs. You just risk it for a set of softs, I think, because the hards can last 30 laps. The hards can last 30 laps, so yeah.
He's going to come out around about that 3rd, 4th position because these guys been squabbling so much. If he pits now, which he should do, or
maybe end of lap 27, end of lap.
Right
no, he's in. Right, surely soft.
I think he realises. I reckon he realises what
mediums.
We see, Jess. He's had a medium tyres. I mean, it's fair enough. They'll still have better rear then.
Yeah.
So out he comes. This is going to be close. This is going to be awfully close around that Tony Mata battle. This is what we're looking for. Out of the pit lane, he'll come then. As long as he's kings left right now, which he does do so. He's going to be awfully close. For how long's this pit lane? It's long, long, long. There he is then coming out. There is those guys. But look behind. Is he going to come ahead of Jinx? Yes, he is. Then out the pit lane he comes. On those fresh tyres, the Red Bull is now going to be, how many fresher tyres is he on there compared to these guys around him? 3, 4 laps. That's going to be about a couple of attempts, maybe a half attempt, maybe here and there. For the couple of laps, he's going to be charging up into 4th. A good recovery drive from Kieran. He's got to get these tyres up temperature. Jinx behind is going to be aggressive. He's probably got a chance down into the Nouvelle chicane if he wants it. Up front, though, your race lead up, the Ferrari. He's got a resplendent lead right now, hasn't he?
5.8.
5.8, almost 6 seconds right now from Tony and Mata. Mata, of course, pushing, frustrated slightly as well. And of course, Jinx, he was in that position really to potentially gain more than anyone else in this race. He was potentially going to be challenging for 3rd. Didn't end up doing it. Had contact, of course, with Finley. Dropped him all the way back down to 5th position. How much damage has he got on that, Carlo, is another question. Matter is the other one. What's he going to be doing in this race? Where do you want to attack around Monte Carlo? Where can you attack? Around the Costa Azura, then, of course, resplendent on the Mediterranean Sea, just off the coast, not too far away from, of course, well, we are just on the outskirts of France, of course, Monte Carlo, the second smallest country in the world, that is recognised, of course, the Vatican being the technical smallest. As a country, of course, the Vatican City, of course, inside of Rome, that's how small it is. Monaco itself almost can fit inside of some cities as well, to be fair, but the Principality, one of the most famous races, the jewel in the crown of any racing driver, the one you want to win. Monaco, the other two, of course, the Triple Crown, Monaco, the Indy 500, and Le Mans. In recent years, of course, Monaco's become slightly less prestigious because it's not the only road course, of course, in Formula 1. We've had there's now 6 of them. 6 little buggers on the calendar so far. Tony picks up a 3-second time penalty, hits the wall as well slightly as Matter got an opportunity potentially, but you want to be careful about making any opportunity around Monte Carlo because it's very easy. Suddenly throw a car in the wall, in comes Cam. I think that was getting out of the way right there, but yeah, these guys sticking back. But back to that little thing I mentioned about the Triple Crown, of course, if you want to see some beautiful glory, I definitely recommend watching Le Mans in the next couple of years. A lot of hypercars, a lot of cars of the LMDHs and all of that ones. It's going to be exciting. The potential new golden era of that IndyCar as well. Such an awesome series. And talking of IndyCar, of course, it is more, well, to be fair, more NASCAR-y, but IndyCar, Jimmy Johnson has announced in the recent coming days, well, in the last few days, that he's retiring from full-time competition. He's, I think, 40, in his 40s, late 40s, so he's had a good thing. Seven-time NASCAR champion, one of the greatest NASCAR drivers of the modern generation. Didn't really work out in IndyCar, but he definitely showed that he still got it. Of course, played with concussions in NASCAR, like so many drivers, of course, in American oval racing and high-speed racing as well, the likes of Dario Franchitti with concussions. Yeah, Matt hitting bumps as he flies through, leader squirming around. But yeah, I mean, a lot of drivers have injuries in America, so many racing as well, of course. We only think of a couple of years ago, Robert Reckons with his absolutely gut-wrenching incident, of course, around Pocono Raceway. Luckily, Lowen, good to see he is actually recovering very well. He's seen, of course, in Formula 1 and, well, especially Formula 2 and other series up. So many horrible accidents. Of course, you remember what happened in with Correa a few years ago. Of course, good to see him back in Formula 3. And I think got a few podiums not too long ago as well. So these drivers that are pushing on, we love to see these fairy tale tales, especially in these recent times. The safety in these modern cars can't be unrecognised. Still danger. You've seen it, of course, in recent races in real life. The likes, of course, of Silverstone weekend, where we almost could have lost 2 drivers. And thankfully, to the modern safety features, we have got 2 drivers still alive and still going. Of course, thanks to that lovely thing you see on top of the driver's head, which is the halo, of course. Lewis Hamilton last year really almost could have had a serious incident, of course.
Belgium as well, quite a few years ago.
Belgium, we've seen, of course, Monza last year with Hamilton.
Silverstone, Guan Yu Zhou.
Yeah, Guan Yu Zhou.
Guan Yu, sorry.
Yeah, in the Formula 2 as well, we saw that horrifying accident of car going straight into the side of the halo at head height. So a lot of drivers very lucky, and some, of course, back in the day weren't. So when we didn't have the halo, so it's such a good safety feature. Is it impenetrable? No. Would it save Felipe Massa from that injury? Unlikely, but it will save the tyre.
It would have been more. It would have been less serious, I think, if it had the halo.
Don't think it would have stopped. I think a spring like that, unless it was directly there. But where it hit, it would have passed straight through. It's an unknown thing. Would it have saved Massa?
But you never. No, at least Massa's still alive. So.
Yes, he is. Not the same man he used to be, but I miss the original Massa.
I miss Massa as well.
Still hopping around, still, of course, with Formula 1, of course, head of the karting, I believe he is.
Yeah, he is.
FIA karting.
Yeah. He does a great job over there. Still showing his love for motorsport, even if he's not. Right. So.
Anyway.
Penalties. Let's give an update on penalties, shall we, Liam?
Everyone's got penalties.
Everyone's
Finley.
3 seconds for...
Finley has got 12.
Cam's out.
Finley. Cam is out. Is that going to be a safety car? We are right at the dead of this race.
No safety. What? Oh,
Have they turned it off?
can you check for me, Liam?
Have they turned it off? Let me have a look in the settings. Have they turned the safety car off? Where is it? Hang on.
Rules and flags, Liam.
Rules and flags. Come here, my friend. Where is it? Rules and flags. Safety car is on standard.
Right, I think it is happened.
Bert Moyland has gone on strike.
It's happened last year. It only comes out properly when it's increased for some weird reason. Around Monaco.
Tony, Matter, they're all on red right now. Matt has been in the red a long time this race. I don't know how in the red he is.
I think he could lose out. I think he could lose. I think he could be last out of the finishers if he's not careful. So he's got to lift and coast, Liam. So Matt, if you're listening, lift and coast.
Yeah, you got to be careful. You got to be audacious. You got to be wondering as well. But he's right up the rear end of the car ahead. But he's
probably hoping for a late safety car.
Tony closing up on the lead as well. I tell you what, I don't think Timo's pushing this too hard right now, is he?
No, because he knows that Tony has a penalty.
Yeah, he knows everyone has a penalty. He doesn't need to push it too heavily around Monaco. Remember how, like we say, of course, famous moments at Monte Carlo. You only have to go back to remembrance of Mansell Senna. More recently, Hamilton Verstappen, what was it, 2019? Of course, that brilliant little race, of course, 2019. You have to go back a few, 2018 as well. Danny Rick, of course, holding off Sebastian Vettel in that day as well. Of course, Vettel, well, one of the drivers that often love Monaco, but not this year. Of course, final year in Formula 1 has finished every single race in Monaco inside the top 5. That's not unfortunately going to happen this year because the Aston Martin is unfortunately, as the famous words of Niki Lauda, it is a bit of a shitbox. I technically can say that. I can say that it's an Axel quote. As well. So there we go. Actual quote. Meanwhile, is Matt picking upside? No, he's not. Sits back. He's close right now. We could have a chance of DRS. Let's see, but not if he does that. He is very close of DRS. That was his best chance of getting alongside Tony. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work that time. He's skating around. He's really struggling on these tyres a little bit. Behind him, Kibbo, he's just sitting back, scrunching his face up and wondering, I wonder if I can get one car here because both of them are flashing at me. I mean, where do you want to make a move at Monaco on one car? Well, there's always an opportunity somewhere, but where is it? I don't know.
Yes, exactly. This could be a titanic fight for second place, which Flexy's put in the chat as well that he said is very exciting as well. It is. Because not just one, not two, but 3 cars fighting for second, and they all got 3-second penalties. If they're not careful, Jinx can catch up as well in the next few laps. Let me get the tyres, actually. Now, they're all on medium tyres. Only one on softs is Finley. Fastest lap so far belongs to Finley with a 112.3.
112.3. I think that was on the medium tyres earlier on in this race as well. So
and Finley's in again.
Yeah, Finley's in again. He's got a lot of damage. He's picking up more noses than not noses in this race. He's going to run out of them.
He's pitted the most times out of anyone, I think.
Yeah, I think he has. He's on his 4th stop. Everyone else has done a 1 stop around, and that really just shows how consistent these drivers have been. That 35 of 39 then. Leader then, Timo, leads this race by 3.6 seconds from Tony Matter. Then comes Kieran, further back by a little bit of a margin right now. It's going to be Jinx, then is Slender Man, and then of course Casper and Finley right down the back. Casper, one of those drivers, I'm pretty surprised of course. He is Mr. Monaco normally when I see him, so
yeah, he is. He won, I think, the race I took part in around Monaco.
Yeah, he often does really well around Monte Carlo, but today, for whatever reason, not working out too much for him.
And, right, let's look at the danger for fuel. Timo's fine, Tony's not, Matter's not, Kieran's fine, Jinx is fine, Slenderman's fine, Casper's not, Finley's fine. So, Kieran could be, if these two are not careful, Kieran could be second.
Yeah, you want to be careful, though, especially if these guys do suddenly start stuttering. Depends where they do it. It could be a very awkward situation for these guys, but they want to be mindful as well. They don't end up piling all into each other, which is always possible. You have to go back to, well, a mini race, of course. Don't forget, the race you mentioned, of course, the race with the fewest finishes, that, of course, wasn't 1996. Of course, 3 real finishes of the race, but I think 5 classified. Before that, the race which you said no one really wanted to win, that was Monaco, 1985, of course, where we had
85 as well.
Seven different leaders in the last 3 laps, of course. All started, Alan Prost dropped it, and I think it was Peroni run out of field.
Oh, yeah, it was that race.
As well, you had Cesaris, of course, dropped it, and then went on to win that race. Kieran has picked up a 3-second time penalty, taking him up to 6. So there's another one then with a small mistake, but yeah, there's one of those races where anything can happen. Still a couple of laps to go, and you never know, we could see a repeat here today. Unfortunately, not raining, of course, around Monaco.
And it's not night time.
In the wall, Tony. He's hit the wall, and that is not what he wants to do. And here is Matta's opportunity now. Is he going to go the outside line? This is brave stuff then. Left-hand side. Is he going to work? They're going to squeeze each other in the wall. They have hit the wall. Matta in the wall. And that was never going to work. They're on the outside there. Tony couldn't see him. And now Kieran trying to come up the inside then. Is this going to work? And these guys, I mentioned it a few minutes ago with 85. And they almost repeat it there. We're going to see a repeat then. Through we come then, is Kieran. Got an opportunity, certainly. Matter, that's going to be taken, presumably, to the stewards. But we'll see about it if it does do so. But Tony squeezing him slightly in the wall there. It was dangerous by Matter. It was fully alongside. But diminishing returns, how much damage he got on that car is what I'm wondering. I don't think from left end plates, for us, all the end plates are still there. So, you got lucky. And he got very lucky, but Tony there, being aggressive, slightly worked for him that time though, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, I have to say. I wonder if Kieran knows about the fuel situation for Tony and Matta.
Yeah, he might not know, but that's not going to matter too much right now. Matta's got a lot of damage. He's dropping way back now, isn't he? So
he's saving fuel, Liam. He's saving fuel.
Yeah, he's trying to save as much fuel as he can, 30 out of 39, and see, I mean, if he's doing it, we'll see a very distinct lift up here. And doesn't look like he's saving fuel too much. I mean, he's definitely pushing what the car's got.
He's going slower than usual, though.
He's going slightly slower, but I wonder if that's damage, of course, Jess.
Yeah, good point, yeah.
Out the wall pretty heavily, I mean...
Kieran! Oh, that was close. I have to say... This is helping T-Mac out a lot because he's the only driver to get no penalties.
So far. He's going to do it now, isn't he?
But it doesn't matter. He's got 0.4 seconds ahead.
Yeah, he's got a 3-second gap.
So he can extend and gain a bit more time, and there you go, boom.
Yeah, meanwhile, further down the field, we got these guys all trying to take each other out of existence. Finley's going for... Who can get the most penalties this afternoon? How many is he on right now? Is that 15?
He is on 15. Yes, you were right. So he's got 3, 6, 9, 12, 50. So he's got 5 penalties.
Yes, that is what 5 times 3 is, Jess.
Yeah.
We can do math.
Yes. I'm just trying to figure out how many warnings he's got.
3. So we got... That's 5 times 15.
Yeah. I am stupid, you know, Liam. What I am, Liam? I'm stupid. But Tony's brought the gap down a little bit to Timo, but it's not going to be enough. Final lap. Oh my God, we were talking too much. Final lap. Question is, will the guys on red fuel, will they get to the end? We will see.
Tell you what, if Kieran wants it, he can try a lunge, but it's not going to work. He's going for it. I thought for a second there was a gap there, but it closed very suddenly. Tony realised, hang on, he's coming through. I ain't doing that. And now, how much fuel has he got then? Last sector. Race leader, though, through the last corner. Yellow flags behind.
I think someone's run out of fuel.
Jinx having a trouble through the last corner. Here comes Timo, then up to the line.
Matters
He will
run out
win
of
the
fuel.
Monaco Grand Prix through the last corner. Tony out of fuel at the line. Tony's out of fuel. Kieran across the line will get third. Matter out of fuel as well at the line. Both of them in trouble, but they're all finished third and fourth just at the flag because Jinx is too far back, but the pair of them at the final corner do indeed run out of fuel. Kieran somehow out of that race from earlier on. P2 in the end, my driver of the day. Further down, Casper is going to be crossing it down in 7th. We've got also Finn, the last car.
Who's going to get fastest lap? It belongs to Finley, but can Casper steal it? I doubt it, but we'll see. We'll see. It's like watching a qualifying lap. Who's going to get pole? But it's not. It's who's going to get the fastest lap. So would it be Casper? Would it be Finley? It's Casper. No, it's not Casper. It's Finley. Sorry. So Finley gets 2 extra points. So there you go. And driver of the day in game belongs to Tony, but I'm going to have to give it to... One of mine's got to be the race winner just for staying out of trouble the least, I think, out of everybody. It looks like, didn't it? He did get in trouble a few times, but not as much as anybody else. So there we go then, your podium. We got a Ferrari, a Red Bull and a Williams. So that could... Kieran, I'm not sure who's going to lead the championship. Would it be still Kieran? I think it might be still Kieran. Would it be Timo? I don't know. We will keep an eye on that, but we will run through your results then. There's going to be some interesting debates in the Tier 1 chat after tonight, but there we go. So, Timo wins from Kieran, Tony, Matta, Jinx, Slenderman, Casper, Finley, Cam, Ewan, Shane, Knighton and Flexi. Obviously, we got from Cam down to Flexi did retire. Quite a lot of them were binning it on track. Liam, who's your driver of the day? Kieran, and I'm going to give mine to Timo. So there we go. I don't think they do polls at VSL, but still, you never know. So, any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Well, after what has been a very controversial Monaco Grand Prix, full of ups and downs, drama, controversy, we'll see what happens, of course, in the next couple of days to see and decide who's doing what. But
we got a break week.
We have a break week, so the stewards can debrief what the Monaco Grand Prix is. But until next week, I've been Evil, Jess has been Jess. I don't know why I'm doing the outro, but here we are then. Until 2 weeks' time where we enter another lovely race of VSL. Take care and goodbye.